Well, gather your partners. Here we go. It's time for another Trippy Food Show. Hey, everybody. Doodle will be here momentarily. He heard me talking to you. He should be here momentarily. And he's here. It is Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Come on up, Doodle. Say hi. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. Aw, aren't you the sweetest? Are you the sweetest little dog? It's time for another Trippy Food live stream. Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday to most of you. I'm because we're doing this on a Saturday and because we're doing it relatively early, we expect a visit from Greg of tomorrow, or Greg of the future, as we like to call him, Greg Wells from Australia. So hopefully he will show up. Tom is here. Tom is the first one in the room. And the reason you might be asking yourself, Val, why are you starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time? Well, it's kind of professional courtesy for Tom, because Tom has started new hours. So his hours are now, he's always done Saturdays, but he's moving up to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And this way you get to watch our live stream and then you get to jump on his. So I don't know how much he's going to be here for this live stream, because he may be having to do prep for his live stream, which comes on immediately after the end of ours. So you'll get to see both. So cool. Two mints in one. All right. So Tom is in the room. Adam Heb is in the room. Janice Yamanaka is in the room. Everybody's in the room. I guess maybe early Saturday is a good time because everybody's just jumping in. Usually we don't see Janice till a little later. But to be fair, I think most of the times Janice is at festivals and stuff, and usually that's on a Sunday. So usually on Sunday she'll call in and she'll say, "Hey, I'm at wherever, and we'll be popping in and out." And now she's here, like right at the beginning. So, well, maybe she's doing something today. Don't know, but there we go. So Adam, Heb, Janice, and Tom are already in the room. So it's getting off to a nice early start. It looks like we have there. I always do that wrong. 5 people that I guess are logged in. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's like 5 people who are subscribers, who are logged in. I don't know if it's just 5 people who are watching, and it just went down to 3. So we're back down to old guy Tom and Janice and Adam Heb. So there we go. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Tom. Well, to your mom or your mom-like people. So, that's part of the reason that we're doing a live stream today as opposed to tomorrow, is because tomorrow is Mother's Day, and so we are reserving that both for my mothers and those of you who are going to spend time with your mother. So last thing you want is to be out at brunch with your mom, watching me on the little phone and stuff. So that's why we're doing it today. Although, to be fair, Greg Wells may be celebrating Mother's Day today because, well, no, he's in Australia. Maybe they don't do Mother's Day in Australia, or maybe they don't do it on that day. John King is here. Welcome, John. Good to see you again. By the way, John, I wanted to mention to you, because I know you're always using the word dollar, and I could never figure out what that was. And then I got a translator and I looked it up, and dollar is Spanish for pain. So I don't know if you intended that or just threw that out there, or or whatever. But I just figured out dollar is Spanish for pain. So it's just a thing. There we go. Doodle is all chilled out. He's just kind of camped out right here. But I'm sure he'll pop up and make an appearance during the course of the day. So who else do we have besides Tom? We're still waiting for people to come in. Oh, Miguel Rangel. I'm sorry, I neglected to mention you. Welcome, Miguel. I have my lemon zinger with honey and my water. Not sure what's going to happen next week. I think it's possible that Julie might be doing a live stream. The live stream from her brother. I look like I got something there. Is it still there? Huh. I don't know what that is. Julie may be doing a live stream next week, but I will let you know. Either way, I'll let you guys know. Val, I knew what it meant. Yeah, but is that what it meant? Does it actually mean pain in Spanish, or did you mean something else, or did you just throw it out there? So, we know where Tom's quat references come from, but wasn't sure about the dollar thing. So there we go. Oh, let's see. Everybody's saying hi. We're still waiting for people to come to the room. We're back up to 5 again, which is nice. So we're going to do a Trippy Food grab bag today. Today's grab bag is brought to you by Trader Joe's. I don't know which one this is, because they're Trader Joe's. I don't know if you guys realize this or not. If you go to a Trader Joe's, depending on what part of the country you're in, Trader Joe's has bags specific to that part of the country. And this one looks really generic. So this may be like all the Trader Joe's. I don't see that there's a city or state or anything associated with this one. So this is just your generic Trader Joe grab bag, and this is what we're going to be using today. Hi, Doodle. I didn't mean to frighten you. Did I frighten you when I picked up that bag, Doodle? Sorry about that. It's free. It is free. Yes, it does mean pain in Spanish. Yeah, so I discovered that, John, but I wasn't sure if that was your reference or you were just throwing that out there. So either way, now we know what it means. So so I could say like, well, just continue to say dollar for your answers, and then just add pain as a translation for those who no habla español. So there we go. Doodle, Janice says hi. You gonna say hi to Janice? She's out there. Can you see that out there? And say hi to Janice. Yeah. Okay, Janice says hi. You remember Janice? You met Janice. I know. Doodle. So Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, once again. So he can stay as long as he wants. This is his channel as much as anybody else's. Someday I'm going to get kicked off, and it's just going to be Doodle. So I don't know how he's going to work the controls and everything, but but still, regardless, he's sniffing around for food, and we'll give it. Oh, Doodle, Chumley says, woof, woof, bark, bark, ruff, ruff. And Polly. They both say the same thing. Is that okay? Yeah? He's licking my hand. I don't know what that means. So I guess that means hi to Chumley and Polly. So hello out there, Chumley and Polly. All right. Again, we have a basic grab bag today. I have some interesting stuff. As a matter of fact, I think the first snack we're going to do those instant noodles. And the reason I say that's interesting is I can't figure out anything about them because there's very little information about the company online, and all the ingredients, instructions, and everything else on the container are in Thai, and they stuck the label, the English. I don't know if it's ingredients label, maybe it's ingredients label. They stuck that on top of the preparation instructions, which are in Thai, and I can't peel that off. It won't peel off, and so we're going to wing it. We're going to try to figure out how that's going to work. Now I will wait till Ice Hand comes into the room, which I think he will. He might. I know he's usually here on Sundays, but he may not be here because it's a Saturday, because he made a request of something for us to try, and I can't get it, but I'm going to make it. But more on that when he shows up, when or if he shows up. I see that I don't quite have the Trippy Food light up LED thing. It's a little bit sensitive as far as it's USB, and depending on how the USB thing is connected, it's really, really, really bright or not as bright. When it's not as bright, you can see it a little bit better. So you have to just imagine that's the Trippy Food logo, but it's really bright. At least it looks bright to me. Maybe on your end you can see it okay, but I cannot. How is everybody today? And I mean everybody. So how's everybody doing? How is your weekend starting out? Big plans for this weekend? What's going on? It's pretty quiet right now. We have 6 people now. All right. It is 11:09. We'll wait a few more minutes before we get started. Standard amount of snacks and beverages. We had an adult beverage, a soft drink, and 8 snacks. So I imagine that we'll have time to do everything, and gourmet lunch. So there we go. Val, every now and then eat maggots. I do every now and then, John. You see the videos. I do every now and then eat maggots. So there you go. You have seen them in video. Oh, we did. What did we do with maggots? Well, we did your request for the Salisbury steak sandwich with roasted maggots. We did that, and we did the maggot cheese, the casu marzu, the homemade casu marzu with Matt Zion. We did that one, and that had maggots in it. I don't know if we did other maggots as well. We do a lot of stuff with insects, or we try to do a lot of stuff with insects. They're hard to come by unless you order them. I think Thailand Unique. Thailand Unique is an online place, and they'll ship out just about any kind of insects. I'm pretty sure that's where when Matt Zion is doing his Reckless Eating live streams on Twitch, and for the challenges, he eats the insects like he does tarantulas and scorpions and crickets and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he gets those all from Thailand Unique. But it's a good source of not really cheap. Maybe mid-priced, and you're probably paying for shipping and everything else. But it's a good source of all kinds of different insects. Like one of the ones that we did before, I'm trying to remember. We did a thing where we ate a bunch of insects. That was at a Reckless Eating fan party, and one of the ones we had was water bugs, giant water bugs. We ate those, so those were cringe. We're doing fine. We've been reviewing items at the LA County Fair. Yesterday it was the Dole Pickle Split. Ooh, that sounds like it's right up Matt's alley. Are you at LA County Fair today, Janice? Good, getting the roof done and all the windows replaced on the house, and soon have been redoing my room. Good for you, Adam. I was going to say send us pictures, but that's a little bit difficult. Can't really do that. Good here, just drinking a beer. We'll be doing that as well shortly. But it is a beer today, I think. Yes, it is a beer today. We will be drinking a beer with you shortly. I wonder how it feels to be a maggot. It probably feels very like you have a very short lifespan as a maggot. And if you're lucky, you make it to being a fly. If you're lucky, I don't know how long flies live. Can't be that long. I don't know if it's days, weeks, but it's not a year, that's for sure. Maggots don't live too long. They live as flies. They live long enough to lay eggs and make more maggots and turn into flies. So there you go. I'm getting the back end of Doodle here. I'm not sure why. He's just like all over the place. All right, you're just gonna chill out here. You're gonna chill out here, Doodle. You're all over me. I have more hair than you do right now. I put in this GX box for you, Matt, to do video making rum ham, but replace the rum with Four Loko. Right, Adam, and I left a comment on there, so I was curious. Do you mean the rum ham from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or do you mean a general rum ham? Because there is there was a dish that's referred to as rum ham, which is ham with a rum glaze. So are you talking about doing a ham with a Four Loko glaze instead of a rum glaze, or are you talking about the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia rum ham? So in that one, they core a hole into a ham, and they upend a bottle of rum into that, and they let that whole bottle of rum soak into the ham, and then they eat it. So that's the rum ham from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, as opposed to, like I said, a rum ham, which is a rum glazed ham. So which one were you referring to? We're at home right now. Later we'll be going to Knott's. Oh, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, Janice. I know you haven't missed us. Houseflies live about a month. Thank you, Janice. I knew you would know that or be able to find that out. Flies can live up to 30 days. Well, 30 days, a month, whatever. Either way, John, now you know how it feels to be a maggot. So you spend your youth and your teenage years or days crawling around as a maggot. You turn into a fly, and then you get 30 days to live. So I'm guessing, and plus you're eating garbage. So I'm thinking it doesn't feel great to be a maggot, and everything's eating you. Other things are eating you. So yeah, John, wouldn't want to be a maggot, I don't think. All right, Janice, I'm gonna beat you to it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you guys hit it around the same time. Both of you said 11, 12 p.m. Both of you said that. One of you said a month. One of you said 30 days. Pretty much half a dozen of one, six of the other. So there we go. The one from It's Always Sunny. Oh, okay. All right. Let me talk to Matt about it and figure out when we're going to get together and do that. And we can certainly do that. I think I would do it on a smaller scale though, because I think on Always Sunny in Philadelphia they have one of those big canned hams, but they have the smaller canned hams, and I think we'll just do it with a smaller canned ham and do it that way. So. And I think what do you have to leave it like a week or something like that? Leave it like a week with that soaking up the Four Loko. But I will say that I don't know if that goes against Matt's alcohol. Like I don't know if he's like completely no alcohol stuff or alcohol-based foods or something like that are okay. So I'll have to check with him, obviously, Adam, and we'll see what he says. So we'll do something like that. Doodles. Oh, you want a snack? Is that what it is? You've been so good, Doodle, and so patient. So you get to have a snack. These smell so good. And there he goes. But he will be back because he knows that there's an unending supply of snack here. I'm just giving him little pieces now so I can pace him because he's kind of outgrowing his little harness there. So it is 11:15. We may as well get started. As far as the trivia questions go, again, we've gone through the whole box, but it's been a while, so I'm going to start pulling the cards from the beginning, and we'll do that for a little bit, and then I think maybe my next time we'll come up with our own original ones until we get a new set of trivia cards. So we'll do it that way. Let's see. Is that the right? Yeah, I think that's the right way. All right. So the question is, which cocktail features 1 part champagne and 1 part chilled citrus juice? Again, which cocktail features 1 part champagne and 1 part chilled citrus juice? Wait, is this? No, he said he will still do alcohol, just won't do challenges or chugs anymore. He'll still review the new local flavors when they come out, so I don't see why he would be against it. All right, I'll run it by him and we'll see. That seems easy enough to do. I'm already getting other requests. Apparently, like on Reckless Eating, somebody says Val needs to make this for you guys or something, and then Matt tells me, "Oh, Val, guess what we're making?" So, I'm free to make it. All right, we're gonna do this today. This is, I'm guessing it's pronounced Society. Maybe it's Societe. I don't know. I don't know how this is pronounced. It's not spelled like society, but it looks like it might be pronounced that way. I really have no idea. So this is from, I'm going to call it Society. So I'll call it Society. Why not? Because I have no idea what it really is. I'm going to call it Society Brewing Company, and this is the Pugilist Irish Dry Stout. It is a 4.8 ABV, which is a little on the lower side. Usually the average is about 5. It is a dry Irish stout. Now the question is, what is a dry Irish stout? And the quote is, the use of unmalted roasted barley adds more of that iconic roast and dry character, and it's the ingredient that makes these types of beer identifiably. Plus, it contributes to the beer's lovely dark color. So it's a dark beer. It is made with roasted barley, and that's what adds the particular flavor and makes it a dry stout. So we're going to have an Irish dry stout today. Society Brewing Company, if that's what it's called, was founded in 2012 by Doug Constantinier in San Diego, California. So without further ado, or with further ado, we're going to get started. We have given Richard Simmons the day off because we have cans. Let's get that open. Maggot mimosa. I don't know how that would translate to drinks. I think if you're going to use maggots in a drink, I think you want to go with something like a Bloody Mary. Why is this all foaming up all over the place? I didn't shake this can. All right, here we go. Ooh, that smells like beer. Julie is not here to rate my pour. Oh, speaking of Julie, and some of you might relate to this. Tom, you may relate to this because I think you're far enough north. So yesterday or last night, apparently there was some sort of solar activity and some sort of magnetic storm that caused the northern lights to go down as far as Oklahoma. I think it was Oklahoma, as far as Oklahoma. So a lot of people in the United States, in particular in northern cities, got to be participant in a very special light show, which was the Northern Lights coming farther down. So Julie got to see the Northern Lights yesterday. She posted some pictures of the Northern Lights. Tom, I don't know. I would think that that you're around the same, is it latitude or longitude? I don't know. But I don't know if you get to see them. So I guess a show of hands, how many people here got to see the Northern Lights last night that you typically wouldn't because you live a little farther? It didn't come as far down as where we are. We're in Southern California, which is like the bottom of the U.S. And did not see them here, but a lot of people did, and I know Julie did, and I saw some people post pictures on Facebook. So a lot of people who typically don't get to see that did get to see it. What? Oh my God! So this is weird. This can, like, the beer is all the way up to the top. So it's like you couldn't get any. Usually, like in a can of beer, you leave a little bit of space. So if it expands or something, you have a little bit of space in there. There is no space in here whatsoever. It's just like packed to the top of this. All right, see if we can do this without spilling it. And again, Julie, who got to witness the Northern Lights last night, did not get to rate my pour. So there we go. There's a lot of folks in the area saw them. It was too stinking cloudy. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, okay. So it's going to be for a couple of nights. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully you have a clear night tonight and you get to see them. That would be so cool. Has kind of a light smell. Usually, like stouts have a kind of a strong smell, and that one really doesn't have a strong smell to it. I'll wait till the foam dies down a little bit. I should have brought my straw. Do we have any other bartenders out there that can rate my pours if Julie's not here? Ooh, that's pretty good. Now, sometimes stouts have a tendency to be sweet. Now, again, this is a dry stout, so I would imagine like sort of like with wines, a dry wine is not as sweet. A dry wine usually has a higher alcohol content. I don't, maybe that's why they call it dry. This is not as sweet as some stouts can be. It also doesn't have a strong alcohol bite. Like it has a slight amount of bitterness, but I don't necessarily taste like roasted hops. Like I don't have like a kind of a toasty taste to that and everything. Don't mind me. I'm taking my shoes off. Just kind of letting my bears go free. There we go. It's really smooth. It's really mellow. Now, again, it's 4.5% alcohol. I think it was, what did I say, 4.8% alcohol. And so I wouldn't expect it would have as strong an alcohol bite to it. But if you don't prefer stouts because they're muy fuerte, this one is actually pretty good. So it's a little bit on the lighter side. I think it's still like strong enough to stand up against, like, if you're going to serve it with like meat or something. I always think, like, to me, stouts and porters seem to be more akin to like a dessert beer or like a beer that you drink after the meal. But this one's sturdy. This one would complement meat. I think it would go well with meat, especially like beef or something like that. It's a pretty good beer, and that's what I forgot. I forgot the little thumbs up, which is over there, but that's okay. I'll use my own for today. That's gonna get a thumbs up. That's a really good. It's a very light stout, a lighter stout. It doesn't have that strong sweetness. Slightly bitter. I don't really get a lot of that roasted flavors, and I don't get like the coffee or chocolate notes that you sometimes do with stouts. That's kind of not there, but it's just a decent, straightforward beer, and that's going to get a thumbs up. Okay, let's see the card. Maggots and chips. How about maggot chips, John? Maybe make maggot chips. How do you make maggot chips? So maybe make potatoes chips from scratch. So slice potatoes, and then some sort of starch to make the maggots kind of stick to that, and then just fry the chips with the maggots on them. So maggot chips. That sounds like a great idea, John. John, could you put that in the suggestion box, John? And we'll look into doing that. Maggot chips. That sounds like a good crunchy, proteiny snack. So yeah, John, definitely put that on the suggestion box. Let me just bring that up. So those of you who aren't familiar with it, if you go to the community page, so if you go to our main page on YouTube and you go to the community tab, in the community tab, scroll down a little bit and you'll see something called the suggestion box. And in the suggestion box, if you have suggestions of things that you would like to see us try, pop them in there. Like Adam Hebb mentioned earlier that he put in the rum ham, although he wants to see it as a Four Loko ham, but he put that in the suggestion box. So John, that sounds like a good idea, but don't, instead of saying maggots and chips, say maggot chips. Just put it in there in the suggestion box as maggot chips, and we'll make that happen. So I really think that's doable. I think what I might do is I might roast the maggots first before I put them on the chips to fry them, only because I figure that the amount of moisture in a live maggot, if I put it in the fryer, it's going to pop like popcorn. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, but which in itself might be a kind of cool idea. The question was, which cocktail features 1 part champagne and 1 part chilled citrus juice? And let's see, the answers were Janice Yamanuck said mimosa, Miguel Rangel said mimosa, Tom said quatmosa. Tom, that's an excellent idea, quatmosa. To make a kumquat mimosa. That would be really good. Yeah, so you're all correct. It is, in fact, mimosa. Did you know, in fact, that the name of the cocktail comes from the flowers of the mimosa plant, which are yellow? I did not know that. Now, it says a mimosa plant. I know a mimosa tree. So, and the flowers of the mimosa tree are pink. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mimosa tree. There's a lot of them here in Southern California. My guess is they're not native to Southern California because none of the trees that we have here are native to Southern California. The only tree that is native to Southern California is the Washingtonian palm, which is that one that it's a palm tree that kind of has a branch that comes out and has like little saw teeth on the branch, and then it's like a fan on the end of it. So these are the only trees that are native to Southern California. Everything else has been brought in. Like in late May, early June, the jacarandas are in bloom, and they're kind of a purpley flower. So you have these bright purple trees that bloom in May and June, and those are native to Brazil. They were I don't know when they were brought in, but they're really popular here, and they're not native to Southern California. Another thing you see a lot here is eucalyptus, and eucalyptus is native to Australia. Eucalyptus was first brought here to Southern California when it was a farming area, and the reason it was brought here is because it grows fast and tall, and so they used it as a windbreak. They used it as a windbreak so the seeds wouldn't blow away when they planted the seeds, and their soil wouldn't blow away. So it was brought here as a windbreak, but now it's everywhere, and you just walk down the street anywhere here in Southern California, and you'll see eucalyptus trees. So there we go, a little bit of a botany lesson while we're at it, but there we go. So we started that because of the mimosa plant, which I've never seen a mimosa plant, but I'm familiar with the mimosa tree. So anybody else familiar with the mimosa tree? It has kind of feathery green leaves, and then it has these pink flowers that go everywhere. So like if you have one in your yard, you get those pink flowers everywhere. It's really annoying. It's a mess. So, all righty. So let's put that in the back. All right, but apart from the sanitation, the medication, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a freshwater system, and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us? I love that movie. All right, so we're going to start into our first snack. And the question is, what shape is bavette pasta? Again, what shape is bavette pasta? Now, I'm going to do this one first, only because there's some prep involved in it. And I don't even know what prep is involved in it. We're just going to kind of wing it. All right, here we go. See, so they put the sticker on it. The sticker has the ingredients on it, and it's over the directions. You can see like that the word, maybe you can't. Directions, and the directions are under here. But as you can also maybe tell, it's my big fat head's in the way. Hang on a second. See if it'll focus on that. It says directions, and then underneath it, the stickers are over the directions, but the directions are in Thai. So I could use the translator on the directions, but I can't see enough of the directions. I'm going to have to wing this. I'm guessing, because I did go to the website, and on the website, I can't find this particular one on the website. But most of the instructions say, take the top off, take the packet off, put the packet in, put water on it, let stand for 3 minutes. Some of them say drain it, some of them don't. I don't know. So this is Mama. Mama is the brand. Mama just killed a man. This is a spicy basil Mama cup noodles. Maybe it's Mama. I don't know. This is a product of Thailand. The company that makes this is called Thai President Foods. It was founded in 1972 as a joint venture between President Enterprise Company in Taiwan and oh my God, I can't say this. Sahabatana Fibble. Sahabatana Fibble. I might not be pronouncing that right, but a company in Bangkok, Thailand. And so the company is currently in Bangkok, Thailand. If you see this, you have no idea what it is, but it is a supposedly spicy basil stir-fried noodles. And I'm looking at the picture there, and that doesn't look like noodles. I'm not sure what that is. It's like served with something. It's either cow's brain or cauliflower. I can't be sure actually which one. All right. I love your answer, John. All right, so I'm seeing like a dotted line here, and it looks like maybe you only push it back to that one. Oh, that is weird. So there's like a little lip here. So that's challenging. I don't know if you take that off afterwards. So let's see. Okay. Obviously, we don't pour the water in on the fork that comes with it. I'm going to get my water started over here. So it's going to get loud up in this hizzy. Let's see. Here's a packet, and here's a packet, and here's a packet. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of packets. All right. So does it say anything? It does not. It is just that. I mean, it doesn't say. I guess we put it in now. I could be doing this all wrong, but we'll see. If doing this is wrong, I don't want to be right. All right, so that's some kind of powder. And again, it's spicy Thai basil. Thai is a plant, and it's kind of leafy. I don't know what these are. Looks like maybe tofu, dried tofu? No idea. Corn? I don't know what this is. Little mushrooms? Honestly, don't know what that is. We'll find out. And then this, which looks like a sauce. And I hope it's just not, they just put a hot sauce in there, but maybe we put that on afterwards and stir it in. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. They don't say. You typically put this in first. Typically, when you have a sauce packet, you put the sauce packet in afterwards. I think we're gonna wait and put the sauce packet in afterwards. We're gonna wait for our. Oh, look. So that's, they give you the size hole, I guess, to put that in. You put the top back on it, and you let that sit for, we're going to say 3 minutes. Could be 5, could be 10. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We're, like I said, since everything in here is in Thai, we're winging it. So we're making it up as we go along. Let's see. It's a little bit quiet in there. People are making guesses. That's okay. Again, just waiting for our tea to heat up. Now, I'm pretty sure this is, we would want to put our dry stuff in there so that it mixes in with it. But I'm pretty sure that we put the sauce in afterwards. I don't really have to drain this. Maybe we're supposed to drain this. That's an excellent question. Do we have to drain this? I'm going to say we probably do, which is probably why they put that little lip in there like that. Do I have something to drain this into? I use one of these. That's fine. Is that going to work? I don't have anything else. Hang on 1 second. I don't have like standby for station identification. I will be right back. I told you I would be right back. Why did you doubt me? God, that water takes forever. I'm going to kind of shake this down in there. I don't see a. Oh, yeah, there's a fill line right there. Okay. And I have a regular fork, although it's kind of nice when they actually include the fork in there. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why don't they put chopsticks in there? Well, there's two reasons. One, nobody puts chopsticks in there. You know, even the ones that include forks and spoons and stuff like that, nobody ever puts chopsticks in there. Maybe they assume that you have your own. And the second thing is, if you know about Thai food, thank you, Tom. If you know about Thai food, they don't use chopsticks very much in Thailand. They have them, and you can ask for them. But typically, when you go to a Thai restaurant, you're not going to get chopsticks right off the bat. Chinese restaurant, yeah, but in Thai restaurant, no. They generally use forks. So you have to ask for chopsticks, and they do have them, and you can get them. All right, our water is hot. Let's go ahead and put that in here, up to the fill line. Here we go. Ooh, that one stays closed by itself. I don't really have to put anything on there. That's kind of nice. And let's set our timer for 3 minutes. I think it's 3 minutes. We'll see. I probably wasted a minute just trying to use my timer. There we go. 3 minutes. Wait, did you put something on top of that? Maybe? Sure, why not? All right, so people are making guesses. I'll let it ride for a while. So that brings up an interesting question. So the question is, I'm asking these trivia questions, and I get people answering the questions. But at the same time, I kind of wonder, are you guys okay with the trivia questions? Or like, I know some people like them. I know the Cassandra from Canada, they always want us to do the questions, but they're not always here. So I just asking you guys like the trivia questions? You want us to continue to do the trivia questions? I'll leave it up to you guys. Let's do a poll. I like polls. Let's see. Start a poll. And I have a hard time talking and typing at the same time. Make sure I spell everything right. And start the poll. There we go. So we will let this run for the course of the stream. How do I make that small? There we go. All right, cool. All right. So a little bit of housekeeping, I guess. So a couple of things. One, some people have contacted me and said that they've left me comments and they haven't seen the comments, or I haven't answered the comments. And I think part of the reason is because there are filters on the comments. So before I even get to see them, if I get to see them at all, there's filters on the comments. So there's certain words that are filtered out. Again, we try to maintain an environment here where we're family friendly. We're not a family channel, but we're family friendly. So basically, there's a bunch of words that get filtered out, and if somebody leaves a comment with one of those words in it, it doesn't publish the comment. So if you have left a comment where you maybe use one of those words and you don't see your comment on there, then just repost it, reword it, repost it, and I will certainly get to it. So just kind of a heads up that if you don't see your post show up, and it hasn't shown up, it might be because of that. The other one is because I know that some people put links. They include links in there, so they go like, "Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you do this like they do on this channel, or they do on this website, or they do, or this meme," and they put a link on there. Oh, there's our 3 minutes. Or they put a link on there, and links get filtered out, or comments with links in them get filtered out as well. So they're not permitted to be put on with links. So again, if you want to make a suggestion like that, just say, here's a suggestion, do something like they do on this website, and just mention the website without necessarily putting the link for the website on there, and then your comment will get published. Are there drain holes in the top of the lid? I don't see them, Janice. Usually they do have drain holes. I do not see them. And again, but that's why I think that there's like this little like lip here. And I think, so I'm gonna try, let's see, let me stir this first. Stir this up a little bit. And I don't think this is a soup. It just says noodles. It does not say soup. So I'm thinking that we're supposed to drain this off. So here we go. We're gonna try this. That looks like good broth though. It's a nice colored broth. And again, I don't know if we're supposed to drain this off or not. Honestly, don't know. But I would think if we're adding a sauce to that we do want to drain it. I guess we don't have to drain it all. They could at least email you a link. I know. But they cannot. Oh yeah, email. Yeah, sure, they can email me a link. But the thing is, you can still leave the comment. Just say what the website is or where you saw it, or so like on Reddit or whatever, and then I can look it up. But it's just that it doesn't allow to leave a link there. I think like Tom, you and Janice and Julie can put links in the chat. I don't know that everybody can, but I think the mods can. So you guys can leave links in there, because Janice does that all the time when we have a episode. Like I reference an episode, and then Janice looks it up and she posts the link on there. We do that all the time. This doesn't smell hot. This fork is useless in there because it can't get to the bottom with that. So, and it's weird because that sauce packet, it's not like one of those dark red ones like you get with the really, really spicy ones. So when it says spicy basil, I think they're talking about the basil itself, because Thai basil itself is somewhat spicy. Now I'm going to give you some instant ramen advice. A lot of times you'll see things like this that'll say like serving suggestions, right? Or they'll say like, well, here's some way to pep up your instant ramen. Add this to it. Add some little pieces of chicken to it. Use this kind of broth. Add chili paste or something like that. And that's all very well and good. But if you're trying something for the first time, try it the way it is. Now, let's say you try something for the first time, like this one. We're just doing it with whatever it comes with. If we like that, and then we kind of get an idea what kind of stuff would complement this, or what kind of stuff would make this better. If we really liked it, the next time we get it, we might chop up some jalapenos and put that in there, or we might chop up some Spam and put that in there, or we might put in sesame seeds or green onion or something like that. But don't do that the first time. The first time you're trying something like this, you want to taste it exactly as it is with nothing else added to it. So that's just my advice anyways. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if this peels off. It should. Yeah. There we go. Get that off. There we go. All right. It's just one big clump though. Let's try that. Now, I like this. And one of the reasons I like this because it's not overwhelmed by the sauce. You still taste the noodles. There's texture to the noodles, and there's other flavors on there, but those flavors don't overwhelm the noodles. They complement it. So there is some spiciness to it. I'm going to say, like, on a heat level, I can't give you like Scoville units, but on a heat level, it's not quite jalapeno hot. So there's this mild burn, like almost like a black pepper heat, or a Thai basil heat. It's really, really nice. So it's there. It's telling you that it's there, but it's not like burning your mouth. It's not uncomfortable. It's not, painful or anything else like that. The noodles themselves have a good flavor. The little vegetable packet and stuff with the vegetables in it adds some nice flavor to it as well. There's like a slightly oily component to it. But on the whole, those are very good. I can see why you would add some meat to that. I would think pork, adding pork to that would be nice. I don't necessarily know that you would need to add some or make it with some sort of other kind of broth. I think the broth that it cooks with, the soup mix, was really nice. Really, really nice layer of spice. Those are really good. I'm pretty sure I got this at Cost Plus World Market. So if you want to try to get that, I would look there as well. Let's see. Jared Tierno has entered the room. Welcome, Jared. Glad you could make it. Let's see. Did anybody else come in? I didn't see anybody else come in. All right. Let's go back to our question. Our question was, what shape is bavette pasta? And let's see. Tom says they're shaped like kumquats. John King says they are shaped like maggots. Janice Yamanaka said they are thin, flat pasta strands with a slightly convex cross section. That's pretty descriptive. Let's see. I think that's it. Those are the only guesses. It is a string, and I think all those answers are correct. It's like kumquat strings. It is shaped. They're shaped like string, which is really weird because I would think spaghetti would fall into that category. Oh, yeah, I would think spaghetti would fall into that category of string-shaped bavette pasta. I don't know. Did you know there are approximately 350 varieties of pasta in the world? I bet you there's more than that. But probably there were more created since this card was written. So there we go. Uh-oh, forgot which way that goes. All right, I think it's that way. Val, how about earthworm pasta? Earthworm pasta. So are you talking about just a regular pasta that's flavored with earthworm? So like earthworm is the protein that's added to the pasta, or are you talking about the earthworm being the pasta itself? That's kind of impractical only because the earthworm's like really, really thick, although doable, I suppose. The trick is getting the earthworms. Doable, I think. I would think I would use the earthworm as a protein. So I would like cook the earthworm, maybe saute the earthworm or something, make earthworm meatballs or something, and then add that to the pasta. I think I would probably do it that way. But yeah, completely doable. I would, John, you have made some suggestions in the past where I said like, no, that involves human body fluids or something, and that would be a definitely no. But some of the other ones are challenging, but not totally impractical. So I think that one would work. It's just trying to figure out how to do it. So let's see. Is this a new time for the live streams? No, just this week, Jared. Just this week. Tomorrow is Mother's Day here in the United States. And just wanted to make sure that everybody had time to do their Mother's Day thing tomorrow. Or not. So we just moved it to today. And we moved it to 11 a.m. as opposed to 1 p.m. because Tom does his live stream at a new time, which is 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we didn't want to, overlap that. So because Tom and I had talked, and a lot of the people who watch his live stream also watch our live stream, and so just wanted to make sure that people could do both. If you wanted to jump afterwards from our live stream to Tom's live stream, you could do that. So that's why we chose 11 a.m. But it's just a random time, and I guess most of the time we're going to do Sunday. I think I mentioned this earlier that Julie is probably going to be doing the live stream next week, but we got to work things out with her. So I'll let you guys know midweek if she's going to be doing it. So, but not necessarily a new time for live stream, just this week, Jared. Need to head out in a few minutes. Need to get things set up for our tater tot casserole, salad, and peach cobbler. That sounds good. On the menu, are you doing a particular type of salad or just a garden salad, Tom? He says sipping his beer, waiting for an answer. That's okay. In the meantime, let's go on to our next snack. Let's see. I try to start with the mellow stuff and then work into the spicier stuff. Let's do this next because this looks really interesting. Stick that up there. Garden dinner salad. Okay. So everybody, just remember that Tom is going to be live streaming at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is immediately after our live stream. So be sure to check that out. The question is, what dish consists of French fries and cheese curds topped with a brown gravy? Everybody should know this. What dish consists of French fries and cheese curds topped with a brown gravy? That goes over there. And we are going to be doing, this is Astronaut freeze-dried peaches. So the product line, which actually turned into a separate company, was actually founded in conjunction with NASA. So it was part of the space program trying to figure out how to better make foods that people could eat in orbit. So Astronaut Foods was formed in 1974 by American Outdoor Products, which itself was founded in 1951, in Boulder, Colorado, in junction with NASA's Ames Research Center. So they worked with NASA's Ames Research Center to come up with the whole freeze-dried thing, and that's basically how that was developed. And they were pioneers in the freeze-dried food realm. So these are Astronaut is the product line. It's Astronaut freeze-dried peaches. Now I will tell you that this feels like a lot of them are broken up. It sounds kind of a little bit, but we're gonna give it a try. No smell. Okay, so now I suppose, looks wise, it most looks like a piece of bread. Let's see if we can get close up on that. Or it almost looks like a piece of bread or a potato chip. But this is a peach. It is freeze dried, so it's very dry. Well, for my tongue. The thing that I like about freeze-dried food, you let it sit on your tongue, it starts to reconstitute, and you get those flavors coming. The flavors of what it is come back. I suppose if you put it in water, let it sit in water for a bit, same deal. Because freeze drying basically takes all the moisture out of there. There's a special process that just removes all the moisture that's in something. That's all freeze drying is. But they freeze dried like animals. There was a period of time, I don't know if they still do it, but there was a period of time where like they would take your man's best friend, your pet, that after your pet died, they would freeze dry that pet so that you could, sort of like a taxidermy kind of thing, and have your pet still with you, freeze dried. It was a little creepy to me, but some people like that. It's not a really, really strong peach flavor. It's pretty decent though. I mean, the peach flavor is nice, except a lot of it, I'm guessing, a lot of the peach flavor disappears when you take the moisture out of the peaches. So it's light. It's a nice snack because if you're eating a peach, you eat it, you chew it, you swallow it, you're done. With this one, you're kind of letting it sit on your tongue a little bit and kind of come back to life, enjoying the flavor, and then chew it, swallow it, whatever. So it adds some time to it, and it's an experience that changes. So from the time you put it in your mouth to the last of it's gone out of your mouth, the experience has changed. And so that's kind of fun. It's a fun kind of thing. So I'm going to give that a thumbs up. My kind of wish is that it would maintain that strong peach flavor, but my guess is in freeze drying it, you lose some of that anyways. So, but still not enough to make it any negative in there, and still it's a thumbs up. It's pretty good stuff. All right, let's move that aside. Go back to our question. Our question was, what dish consists of French fries and cheese curds topped with a brown gravy? So let's see. Janice Yamanaka says poutine. Tom says quatine. John says maggot poutine. And you are all correct. It is, in fact, quatine or poutine, as they say in Canada. And John, you are correct also because you can put anything you want on poutine as long as it has those three basic things: the French fries, the cheese curds, and the brown gravy. You put anything else on it, and they do. There's one called a Michigan poutine. I can't remember what's on that. There's one that has peas on it. There's one that has smoked meat on it. So there's a bunch of different varieties of poutine. There's a place in Montreal, Canada called La Banquise. And La Banquise is a 24-hour poutinerie. So basically they serve poutine 24 hours a day. And when you walk in there, they have 30 different kinds of poutine. Now, underneath every one of those, you're going to have the same thing. So you're going to have the French fries, the cheese curds, and the brown gravy underneath every single one of those. Otherwise, it's not poutine. And then various things added on there. So there's like 30 different varieties. And again, they're open 24 hours. Their busiest time is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when the bars let out and people are, want some hangover food and are heading to La Banquise 24 hours a day for their poutine. So if you have not tried poutine and you have an opportunity to try it, do try it. Fair word of warning: there are some well-known chefs that have a mixed up idea of what poutine is. And some of them will say like, oh, well, there are French fries with some melted cheese on there and then some beef and some like no. It's a very, very specific thing. So if you have an opportunity to try it. If you have an opportunity to make it yourself, do that. You can probably find some recipes online to make the brown gravy. In Canada, it's weird because a lot of times it's from a packet. I know, I'm trying to remember what the name of the company is. That there's a chicken. Saint Hubert is the it's a fast food joint in the Montreal area, and you can buy the I guess the packet to make their gravy. I think it's chicken based if I'm not mistaken. But it should be easy enough to make the brown sauce. You need to have real cheese curds. So just taking mozzarella cheese and doing it's not going to work. You have to actually have cheese curds. And yeah, just give it a try. Have you tried any of the freeze-dried candies? I think, yeah, Matt Zion gave us a bunch of those, and we actually did those. When did we do those? I don't know. It was a few years back. Janice, you can check through our episodes. We did do some freeze-dried candies that Matt Zion had given us. So I would check that out. Bear with me 1 second. You should make grubworm poutine. That would work. That would totally work, John. The thing is, if I'm going to do that, though, I wouldn't go to like Thailand Unique that has the freeze-dried, the roasted grubworms. I wouldn't want to use a roasted grubworm on there. I'd want to use like some sort of like sauteed or fried grubworms on a poutine, but that would work. That would totally work. As a protein on top of a protein on the poutine, that would work really, really well. All right, let's read another question and get to another snack. How are we doing on time? We are an hour in. Now we're an hour in, and we're a little bit late. I think we spent a lot of time on that on the noodles. Let's see, we did one. We're only down 2, so we'll pep it up a little bit, and I think we're gonna have time. The question is, Ajdovi krapi are a Slovenian variant of which dumplings? Ajdovi krapi are a Slovenian variant of which dumplings? That's Ajdovi krapi. That goes over there, and let's go back into our bag of tricks, and let's get something It's maybe not so spicy. Oh, all right, let's do these because these are going to be sweet. Put it up here while I talk about it. These are Milky Way biscuits, and biscuit is British for cookie. Let's see. These are from Mars. Yeah, the people who make Mars bars, the people who made M&Ms. So Mars originally started in the U.S., but a lot of their products are from the U.K. and only in the U.K. And so these are one of them. These are things you would not find here. These I got from Cost Plus World Market, so they're imported. So they're actually from Mars in Europe. Mars was originally founded in 1920 as Mar-O Bar Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it was founded by, I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Mars. His name was, in fact, Mars. And I think like M&M's is Mars, and I'm not sure what the other M stands for. Mars was originally founded in 1920, but it was launched in the UK in 1932. And the first product in the UK was the Mars bar. So after Mars was founded, their first product was the Milky Way bar. The Milky Way bar came out in 1923. The Snickers bar, everyone's familiar with Snickers. Snickers came out in 1930, and Three Musketeers came out in 1932. Now, I was always thinking that those candy bars were relatively, maybe from the 60s, or something like that. But no, they actually go back to 1920s and 1930s. So they've been around for a long time. So these are Milky Way biscuits, which are cookies. I don't know how these are related to Milky Way themselves. There's not a lot of information on there. Doodle! 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 What are you barking at? Doodle, come here. Come here, Doodle. Come here. Come here. Come up here. What are you barking at? You're awfully quiet. Why don't you answer me? Oh, you don't speak. You don't speak English language? You just speak in dog? What are you barking at, dude? What are you barking at? All right, so getting back to this, these are Milky Way biscuits. They're new. So any of the people in the live stream that are from the UK may not have seen these before because they're new. And these I got at Cost Plus World Market. Cost Plus World Market is a good place to get things that are imported, both from Asia and the UK. Oh, that's kind of cool. They have that little thing emblazoned on the cookie, and then there's a chocolate part of it. It's almost like a shortbread cookie. Tastes like a shortbread cookie. Did you want a snack, Doodle, or do you just want to come up here? All right, another piece of snack. No, you can't have that, Doodle. That's not a dog treat. That's a cookie. I know it smells really good, but it has chocolate in it, and that's not good for you. But you can have this. You want that? I'm going to put that there for you. You can have that if you want to. These are there's crispness to them, or crunchiness to them. The chocolate's decent because they're not using a Pukey Hershey chocolate. Definitely a milk chocolate. They're not overly sweet. I do like the texture of the cookie, and the chocolate. It's a nice mix together. It doesn't remind me of a Milky Way bar, but probably because of the cookie. But still, they're pretty good. There are sweet, so I can't see eating a lot of those. So I'm gonna say thumbs up, but maybe not a really, really enthusiastic thumbs up. They are pretty good though. It is the Prince of Darkness, Eli, and welcome, Eli. Just saw you sneak into the room. Did anybody else come in while I was busy yapping? I don't know. Maggot dumplings, that could work too, John. That could work too. I had to learn how to make dumplings though, or like maggot ravioli. Maggot ravioli would sound good, or grubworm maggot ravioli because you want something with a little bit more texture to it than maggots. You'd have to pack like 100 maggots into a single ravioli. So yeah, those cookies definitely are. I'm sorry, those biscuits definitely get a thumbs up. All right. Adobe krapi are a Slovenian variant of which dumplings? Let's see. It didn't look like anybody guessed. There were no guesses whatsoever. And they are a variant of pierogi. And pierogi, I think, are Polish dumplings, if I'm not mistaken. Did you know pierogi are made by wrapping unleavened dough around a savory or sweet filling? I didn't know that, but it makes perfect sense. Let's stick that in the back there. And time's a wasting, so we got to get going. So let's see, we did 3 snacks. Time for our 4th snack, and then we get into our soft drink. So the question is, Hakaro ceviche. You could do that because the idea is you can eat Hakaro the way it is. It's fermented. You eat it the way it is. You don't have to do any special preparation for it, except maybe to get fans in the windows or eat it outdoors. That's probably the only preparation you need to do if you're going to eat Hakaro. But to do it in a ceviche form, yeah, completely doable. What would that do? So you're going to put it in ceviche. You're going to add other things to it. Like if you're going to do like a Peruvian ceviche is my favorite. Usually there's like a chunk of like sweet potato or not sweet potato. Yeah, sweet potato, not yam. And usually there's corn in it. You know what else? That would work. You'd still get the smell, and you'd get that really strong taste that we locked in by frying it for the fish taco. But Hakaro ceviche actually would work really well. But you know, I can't see taking more than a few bites of that. All right, so the question is, cups called the longest drink in town are used to serve which type of drink in New Zealand? Again, cups called the longest drink in town are used to serve which type of drink in New Zealand, as opposed to Old Zealand. All right. Now let's go back into our bag of tricks and pull out another snack. You're okay, Doodle. You're fine. Doodle, you want that? Maybe your snack. Let's do these. Doodle, you have a snack right here. Don't you want that? There you go. All right, so these are from Trader Joe's. We don't need to get in a whole bunch of. We don't need to get into Trader Joe's too much. Again, we know that it was founded by Joe Columb in 1967 in Pasadena, California, and unlike a lot of other places, the original Trader Joe's in Pasadena is still there. You can still go there today. It is located on Arroyo Parkway, I want to say. We should really do something there. The problem is that Trader Joe's is really really weird about people filming there. So we'd have to film outside and maybe sneak a peek inside or anything. But we could, you know, next time we do a Trader Joe's thing, we could go to the original Trader Joe's in Pasadena and do that, just to kind of show you where it is and stuff like that. So we will do that. But these are Trader Joe's chocolatey coated peanut butter crispy rice bites. And there's a lot to take in there, but they're individually wrapped, so we don't have to like open a bunch of these. We have to figure out how to open it. Oh, there's one little tear things. There we go. No, Doodle, this isn't Doodle food. Look, here's this. This is Doodle food. That's not Doodle food. You can't have that. I know you smell the peanut butter, right? Because you like peanut butter, but maybe I can give this to you. Let me look. Let me look and see what's in this, okay, Doodle? Because you can have rice and you can have peanut butter. Tapioca syrup. That one I'm not so crazy about. Chocolatey coating. Yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah, no, it's got chocolate in it, Doodle. I can't give this to you. Sorry. Poor little doggy. You poor little doggy. I don't know if this is like it doesn't look like a Rice Krispie treat. It's pretty dense. I think that's the peanut butter that's kind of holding it together. So let's give this a shot. It definitely has the texture of Rice Krispie treats. Well, Rice Krispie treats, if I'm not mistaken, use like corn syrup to kind of hold that together. What Moose uses tapioca syrup. I don't know if that's better. Sea salt, cane sugar, glycerin, that also holds together, gum arabic, invert sugar, natural flavors. Mixed topogijo, that's tocopherols. Green tea extract to preserve. That's interesting. Wouldn't think that you would use a green tea extract to preserve something, just for flavor. These are pretty good. I am not a big fan of Rice Krispie treats, but this one, because of that chocolate, it's a nice chocolate. The peanut butter is mixed in with the syrup, so it's not like this punch of peanut butter, and it's also not just like corn syrup, like this flavor of corn syrup. It's a nice blend. The rice is nice. Rice is nice and crispy. A lot of chewiness to it. That's a thumbs up. That's definitely a thumbs up. That's a doodle up. Now, our question was, cups called the longest drink in town are used to serve which type of drink in New Zealand? And the answers, and the guesses were none. Nobody guessed. All right, nobody guessed. It is in fact milkshakes. Did you know the name milkshake originated when customers would shake the bartender's hand if they enjoyed their drink? Really? Okay. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 snacks. It is time to get into, I'm running out of space here, our soft drink. So let's go ahead and read a question. Question is, which pastry is used to make baklava? Again, which pastry is used to make baklava? It's funny because I did a poll. The poll is up there, wherever your chat is. On the top of the chat, there's the poll. And the poll was, do you want to continue to see the trivia questions? Do you enjoy the trivia questions? And it's 100% yes, 100% yes. And yet nobody's answering the trivia questions or guessing. So if you enjoy them, that's fine too. If you're learning something from them, that's fine too. I know I do. All right. So we are going to do this soft drink. Now, this soft drink is 7 Select, which you guys know is like the house brand of 7-Eleven. This is 7 Select Green Apple Miracle Seltzer. So the company is Miracle Seltzer. They're manufacturing this for 7-Eleven and putting the 7 Select label on it. There are 3 flavors to this: green apple, lemon and lime, and sweet orange. I thought the green apple sounded more interesting because you don't see a lot of green apple seltzers. Now, Miracle Seltzer, they're kind of like hit or miss. So I remember Miracle Seltzer, the ones that made the Pickle Rick Seltzer, which we did before. Miracle Seltzer itself was founded in 2019 by B. Tom Stevenson and Jason Wright in New York City. We're going to try this again. It's green apple, naturally flavored, sparkling water from, it says, designed by House of Miracles. So that's the artwork on there. That's like artwork that you might see on like on a refrigerator held up by magnets. I almost said maggots. Oh, it has a nice smell. I don't know why I was expecting it to be green. It is not green, it is clear. It's really slight flavor. I mean, green apple should be really tart, and I'm not really getting a lot of tartness out of this. It's maybe a little too mellow. I saw green apple, and I wanted that tart kick from green apple, and I was not getting it. It's like a hint of green apple. Just really, really, like I said, it's just a hint. It's very, very slight. I don't know. They need to kick up the green apple flavor. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the middle. It's like a seltzer that was like run through an apple multiple times, and this is like the last run through that apple. It just really, like I said, too faint. Too faint. Green apple should have like a really tart kick to it, and this one doesn't. I'm not really getting that strong taste of green apple. It should be, it should be pretty strong, and it's not. So yeah, I'm gonna get thumbs in the middle on that one. It's not bad for a seltzer. It's just thumbs in the middle. They need to kick up the green apple on that. All right. The question was, which pastry is used to make baklava? Nobody guessed. The answer is phyllo dough. Did you know baklava is known to be the ancestor of strudel? Strudel. The ancestor of strudel, which is really interesting because baklava comes from the Middle East and strudel comes from like Central Europe. So I don't know. Go figure. All right, let's try this. Green apple seltzer. Miracle Seltzer. I don't see the miracle. The miracle would be if they turned water into green apple. That would be the miracle. Tastes like watered down beer. It dilutes both flavors. I'm not getting any like alcohol bite from the beer at all. This is a stout, so it should have a pretty strong taste, but mixed with the seltzer, it doesn't. And then the green apple doesn't show up, so it's not even there when you mix it together. I'm gonna say thumbs down, trending upward. I would give it a solid thumbs down, but it's not bad. It doesn't taste really bad. It's very weak. It doesn't have much taste at all. So it's not worth doing. I would say that's why I say thumbs down, trending upward slightly. Not horrible. It's not offensive or anything. It's not there. So there we go. I have not seen anything in the chat since 12:05 and it's now 12:17 p.m. So just want to know, you guys still out there? Or have I been disconnected? Are we even still out there? There we go. Ooh, that's delayed, I think. So Janice's comment just came over. It says 12:16 p.m. Oh, it's 12:17 p.m. That's about right. I did answer the last two questions. Are you not seeing that? I am not seeing them, and I'm on live chat, so that's weird. For some reason, I'm not getting stuff in the chat. I'm on live chat. Let me switch that to top chat and then switch it back. Go to live chat. Huh, that's odd. I'm going to close the poll just in case. The poll was 100%. So you guys want the trivia. I'm going to close that out and see if that has something to do with it. I sometimes have to restart to be live. Well, I'm not going to do that. Do you like the trivia questions? You want to yes, 100%. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right. So I don't know what was going on. It seems like we weren't getting some of the chat messages and everything. But anyway, durian souffle. That sounds good. That sounds really, really good. You did say maggots, though. I did. Maggot pastry. See, now I'm seeing now there's the answer just popped in there. Janice did say phyllo dough. John said maggot pastry. You did say maggots, though. Okay, there we go. And Eli said durian souffle. So I think that's why that was mentioned. So I don't know. They just popped in just now. So I don't know what was going on there. My apologies, but for some reason those weren't showing up, and now they are. All right, so let's get back into our snacks. We got about another 45 minutes. I think we're doing okay. 4 snacks left. The question is, what spirit is used in sangria? And it doesn't mean like what dead person who has come back to life to haunt you. What spirit is used in sangria? Wait, is that right? I don't think that's right, but that's just me. Okay, let's reach into our bag of tricks if I can find it. And let's see. I think we're starting to get into the spicy. That's spicy. That's spicy. That's spicy. This one is not spicy. So this one, I considered doing this one as a review, but it would just be a quick review. So it would be a quickie and everything. And I thought, yeah, I might as well just do it here. So you early today. Well, not only today, but I'm doing a different day. So typically I would do it on Sunday. and I'm doing it on Saturday because tomorrow's Mother's Day and there's Mother's Day stuff going on. And plus, the people in the chat, they probably want to do Mother's Day stuff too, maybe. But either way, I give them the freedom to be able to do that. So we just decided to do it today. Now, Julie, the reason that we decided to do it at 11 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. is that Tom has changed his time to 1 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays. So he almost always did it on Saturdays. We almost always do it on Sundays. But because I was doing it on Saturday, I wanted to give him. We have a lot of the people who watch his live streams and watch my live streams, and I didn't want them to have to wonder, am I going to watch Tom's or am I going to watch Val's? So that's why I decided to do mine a little bit earlier. So I did. That's it. Just this week, Jules. And I did mention that you may be doing next week's live stream, but you'll let us know, and then I can let everybody know midweek whether you're going to be doing the live stream next week or not. So looking forward to that. You missed my pour, Julie, but you have to watch it in the playback and then leave a comment on what you thought about my pour. Eagerly waiting the return of the mystical Chelada. Well, I was going to say, you can't see me actually drinking the Chelada, but you can see the results of that on Reckless Eating. So if you go to Reckless Eating and you do a search for, I want to say, well, it's part of the LA We Go main show, but I don't remember which segment because I think we did it in separate segments. But it's part of the Las Vegas We Go main show. It's in there, Eli, so you can actually see the results of Chelada Val. But I don't know that you'll see it on our channel because if we did a Chelada, we would just be doing a review of it. We would not be drinking it the way we apparently drank it in Las Vegas. But you'll get to see the results of that if you go to Reckless Eating and you do the search for the Las Vegas episode. It'll be in there. Let's see. Goonie Foods and I are going to review Ryan Trahan, YouTuber, new line of candies for an episode. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. And nice that they're going to be joining in. So are you going to do that for Goonie Foods or are you going to do that for Trippy Food, Jules? Okay, everybody's saying hi. All right. This is a new Takis. And people say, is it Takis? Is it Takis? Is it, how do you pronounce that? I'm thinking it's Takis because it's like taquitos. They're like taquitos, but they're miniature taquitos. So that's why I think it's Takis. And this is Buckin Ranch Takis. You better, it sounds like you're saying something nasty with a cold. They're Buckin Ranch Takis. These are Buckin Ranch Takis. It specifically says non-spicy, just like the cheese one that they just came out with a little while ago. This specifically says non-spicy Buckin Ranch. So they're ranch flavors. It says ranch artificially flavored tortilla chips. And that's always disappointing. How hard is it to flavor something to do ranch flavor? Maybe because they're using some sort of dairy. They think that it might go bad or something. I don't, honestly don't know. But it says artificially flavored. Takis have been around for a while. They are a product of Barcel. The people who make Barcel's hot nuts. I'm not making that up. Takis are a product of Barcel, which in itself is a subsidiary of Grupo Bimbo. We've talked about Grupo Bimbo before. They originally started out in 1945 in Mexico City, selling sliced white bread. That was their original thing, and then they diversified from there. The product line, the Takis product line, was launched originally in Mexico in 1999, and then came to the U.S. a couple of years later. Oh, for us, okay, Trippy Food. Oh, thank you, Janice. So, if anybody is curious as to what Chelada Val reference is, when I went to Las Vegas with Reckless Eating, we did a Reckless Eating episode. Janice just posted the link. I will warn you ahead of time that you will hear salty language that you don't hear on Trippy Food. So you're going to hear me use salty language, and I think that's why people are going oh, why do you see Chelada Val? Is salty language. So just word of warning before you click on that link that Janice provided. There is some salty language there. So remember, just keep in mind, it is Reckless Eating, not Trippy Food. So there we go. JIB has the best fast food ranch. JIB. One of my, I don't think I'm familiar with JIB. And you say fast food ranch. You mean like fast food with ranch on it? What is JIB? I'm not familiar. Oh, Draft in the Box. Thank you, Janice. You knew that, and I didn't know that. What, Eli, what particular product from Jack in the Box would you say is like a good fast food ranch product from Jack in the Box? These just taste like taquitos. They're not as salty. They're not as savory as taquitos. There is kind of like a dairy flavor to it, but it's so slight. You don't have that sour. So usually for ranch dressing, you're using a buttermilk, and buttermilk has like a certain amount of sourness to it. And I'm not getting that here. Do they even use buttermilk? Corn flour, which is for the tortillas, the rolled tortillas. That makes perfect sense. Seasoning, milk, salt, vegetable oil, tomato powder, onion powder. Not getting a lot of either of those. Monosodium glutamate, natural and artificial flavors. Don't know what those are. Modified cornstarch, garlic powder, dextrose salt, corn syrup, lactic acid, skim milk, silicon dioxide. Because you can't make good taquitos without silicon dioxide. Spices, yellow 5-flake, buttermilk. There's buttermilk. Vinegar. So slight, though. I'm not getting a vinegar. I'm not getting a sourness from either the buttermilk or vinegar. I don't know where it is. It's just not there. Calcium silicate, malic acid, and citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. No, this is really disappointing. It depends on the bite you get. That one's a little saltier, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that ranch dressing sourness. I'm not getting that ranch dressing dairy flavor. There's stuff in. I mean, they put it in there, but it's just so slight. I don't know. They're not terrible, but they don't hit the mark. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. You know, I mean, I always like the tortilla flavor in these, but where's the ranch flavor? It's just kind of not there. So I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird. Just saying hi before you log off. Yeah, we thought you already left. Just their packaged ranch is more tangy and oniony. Packaged ranch. So Jack in the Box has a packaged ranch. You can get that like in a grocery store. You get a Jack in the Box ranch. Huh. That's weird. Oh, you're talking about like packets. Like if you go to Jack in the Box and you get a packet of the ranch dressing. Is that what you're talking about? Now Mrs. Old Guy is saying because there's citric acid and everything. I don't know where that came up. I started doing that, so you guys probably noticed that I do that in the episodes. I don't know where I think it's like I was reading the ingredients after several times, and I noticed that every time I read the ingredients, there was citric acid in there. So that was just one of those things that popped out. And now it's like in the episodes, I just like focus on that. And I have to do it like a separate one that I just insert each time when I get to citric acid, and I just insert that into the video where it's just like a close-up of my face going, because there's citric acid in everything. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, I imagine that, Tom, you're going to get sick of hearing that. So there we go. Yeah, thumbs in the middle on that. So now we're going to get into our spicier stuff. Oh, the card. The question is, or was, what spirit is used in sangria? It seems like such a long time ago. Let's see. Okay. Miguel Rangel said brandy. Janice Yamanaka said red wine. Well, it looks like maybe that's it. Yeah, the card says brandy, but Janice, I think you're right. I have never had sangria, and I've even had sangria in Spain, in Madrid, Spain. I've had sangria, and it's almost always made with red wine. I don't remember it ever being made from brandy. That's kind of weird. Yeah, red wine. Unless they're considering it brandy because there's fruit in it, but the fruit gets added to it afterwards. So I don't know, Janice. I think you're right. Miguel, you're right as opposed to the card goes. But it says brandy, but I don't know. I've never had it with brandy, and I've had it in Spain. It's been red wine. Did you know sangria derives from the word sangre, which means blood and refers to its dark color? Yes, I did know that. Alrighty, let's read another card and get into our next snack. And the question is, speaking of Spanish, sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? Again, sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? I don't know if it's Spanish or like Latin American. I don't know if they make that in Spain or not, but that's going to sit there, and we're going to go on to our next snack. Uh-oh, I scroll off the page. Let's see. Okay, she said it once. I want to have a great week. See you soon. All right, Tom. Again, just a reminder, Tom is doing his live stream immediately after this one. So as soon as we say goodbye to you guys, switch over, check out Tom's live stream. He's always cooking up something interesting and fun from scratch. Definitely worthwhile. We wouldn't recommend it if we didn't think that was worthwhile. So definitely check out Tom's live stream. If you have not subscribed to it and you do watch Tom's live stream, subscribe to him. And even on the live stream, click the like button. So that always helps out. Always get the Señorial Sangria at the taco trucks. But is that actually sangria? Because I don't think that Señorial Sangria has any alcohol in it. It's more like a soda, isn't it? Or like a soft drink, maybe? Eli, I don't think there's any alcohol in that. All right, let's see. That's supposed to be extra hot. That one is, let's see, this one is red hot. We'll do this one. We'll do this one next. So this is Chex Mix. You guys are familiar with Chex Mix. Chex Mix is not a big deal, but this is a new Chex Mix, a new packaged Chex Mix. And this is Cheesy Pizza Chex Mix Remix. So I thought that sounded interesting. So Chex Mix cereal was a product line of Ralston Purina. It was originally created by Ralston Purina, which is now General Mills. It was purchased by General Mills. So it's basically was originally made with Chex cereal. It's still the Chex Mix itself is made with Chex cereal. Although other people are making like Gardetto's. Gardetto's probably used to call itself Chex Mix, but can't anymore because it's not necessarily associated with Chex. But it's a similar kind of thing if you've had Gardetto's. So as far as the cereal goes, Ralston Purina introduced Wheat Chex in 1937, Rice Chex in 1950, and Corn Chex in 1958. And I think they have some other ones that they've introduced since then. I think like there's a rye, or there's a couple of other different ones. They've added a couple of different, I don't know if they have oat or not. It wouldn't surprise me if they did have oat, but I know they added some since then. The first recipe for Chex Mix was in 1952. It appeared on the Chex cereal boxes on how to make it. I think originally it had peanuts in it. You added peanuts to it. You added maybe pretzels. You added pretzels to it. There was Worcestershire sauce, salt, a bunch of other stuff that you had added in it. But the recipe for Chex Mix was on the cereal boxes themselves, and it was called Chex Party Mix. But Chex Mix like this in a package wasn't available until 1985. So in 1985, Ralston Purina started manufacturing it as already pre-mixed Chex Mix. But prior to that, Chex Mix was just something that you made at home from a recipe. And now you just buy it here, or you can still make it at home, either way. I always get the Purina adult formula, good hangover. When you say Purina adult formula, are you talking about for dogs? Because Purina also makes pet food, like puppy chow and monkey chow. Seriously, they used to make like food specific to specific animals. They actually had a monkey chow or camel chow or stuff like that, just like food for specific animals. Chex Mix is Purina people food. It's people food. It is people food, but it is not. So that's an interesting question. So General Mills purchased Ralston Purina that made Chex Mix, but I don't know if they bought all of Ralston Purina. So I don't know if General Mills now makes the Purina dog chow, which I think they still manufacture. Ooh, that's a weird smell. It doesn't smell like pizza. That is a weird smell. I'm gonna put a little bit in here so you guys can see that. That's all Chex. There's nothing else in there. Oh, everything's on the bottom. Get some of that other stuff in there. This is mostly Chex. There we go. Oh, that was inevitable. Where's the kibble? Where's the dog? All right, here we go. You know what that is? Looks like the little rye thing they put in the Gardetto. Let's put a couple pieces together here. Let's get some of the wheat Chex and some of the corn Chex. You know, is there a wheat one in there? I mean, a rice one in there? Maybe that's it. Let's try that. Crunchy. Ooh, that's a weird taste. There's some cheesiness to that, but it tastes like that cheese packet that they give you, like the Parmesan cheese packet that they give you at Pizza Hut. Like maybe not the best cheese. I don't know. I'm getting pizza from that. I'm getting there's like a tangy tomato flavor. Okay, so it doesn't taste like tomato pie. You definitely get the tomato flavor. You definitely get that pizza sauce spice flavor. You get a little bit of the crust flavor in there, and then you get that cheese. But the cheese is kind of like, it doesn't taste like the mozzarella cheese. Again, it tastes like Parmesan cheese, like they put Parmesan cheese on there. It doesn't taste like the mozzarella. Nestle owns Purina now. Wow. Well, but Nestle doesn't own. Wait. So General Mills bought Purina, or at least bought the Chex, the cereal portion of Purina. So now that's part of General Mills. So maybe General Mills bought the cereal line, and Nestle owns the pet food line. Maybe mini melange. Well, yeah, it's like a packaged melange. I don't know how you get that mozzarella flavor in there. Maybe you can't. Oh, see now this, they tell you what's on the outside. So those flat things are pizza crust bagel chips. The little square ones are garlic and herb Chex. Garlic and herb Chex, but they don't have the little weave in it. There's pizza sauce Chex, but it doesn't tell you what kind of Chex mix they use. And then cheese puffs. I'm getting the garlic. I'm getting the pizza sauce flavor. The cheese, like I said, there's a little bit of cheesiness to it, but it's more like that. It's more like a Parmesan cheese than mozzarella. And I think if you're going to do something that's going to be pizza flavored, you need that. You need that mozzarella. Unless you're going with a like a tomato pie thing, and if you're getting a tomato pie thing, you don't need any cheese at all. But it just tastes like the wrong cheese. It tastes like the cheese that you sprinkle on top as opposed to the cheese that's on the top of the pizza. It's not bad though. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. I kind of get the pizza. I get what they're talking about and everything. It's just that the cheese seems kind of wrong on that. I don't know. Maybe there's not even cheese in there. Let's see. Maybe they use milk. Oh no, there's cheese in there. Cheddar cheese powder blend. Who puts cheddar cheese on a pizza? Now that's a serious question. And yes, there is citric acid in here. Because there's citric acid in everything. Yeah, there's milk. There's Parmesan cheese. I definitely taste that. Cheddar. Why do they put cheddar in there? If they can put cheddar in there, they can put mozzarella in there. I don't know why they don't. So yeah, it's going to stay with the thumbs in the middle. All right. Let's go back to our question. Tangy Tomato was my stage name. I'm not going to ask what stage that was. All right, the question was, sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? And the guesses were, Janice Yamanaka said, dulce de leche. Eli said it's non-alcoholic. That's he was talking about the Senorial Sangria. That looks like the only guess. Janice, you are correct. It is dulce de leche, which is different than caramel, but it kind of almost has that texture, like that taste of caramel, but it's not. It's dulce de leche is different than caramel. Did you know dulce de leche derives its caramel flavor from the Maillard reaction? I had a Maillard reaction. No, I did not know that. Alrighty, what do we got? We got 2 left. Let's see. That is extra hot, and that one is red hot. What do you guys think? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Extra hot or red hot? I'm going to take the first one that pops in there. Extra hot or red hot? Anybody? Extra hot or red hot? Janice Hammock says red hot. Red hot it is. All right. Uts or uts again. Is it uts or uts? I'm not sure. Uts. Question is, paella originated in which Spanish city? Again, paella originated in which Spanish city? And if you're looking it up, it's Paella, paella. All right, that goes over there, and we are going to do this now. We've done Uts or Uts products before. They're all very good. I have not had an Uts or Uts product that I did not like, and they're usually really, really good on the hot stuff. I think we did a Uts. I want to say there were Carolina Reaper cheese puffs that were really, really good, and then there was some Uts chips that we did that were really, really good as well. Never had a bad product from Uts, so these should probably be pretty good. This does not mention what kind of chili they use for this. They just say, can you take the heat? Well, I don't know. We'll find out, probably. So the ingredients don't specify, is it like habanero? Is it jalapeno or anything? It doesn't even say pepper. Hang on a second. Cornmeal, vegetable oil, whey, maltodextrin, sugar, salt, yeast powder, garlic powder, citric acid, colors, semi-soft cheese, whey protein, no whey, concentrate, buttermilk solids, cheddar cheese, onion powder, spices, milk fat, sodium phosphate, lactic acid, yellow, 6 butter, disodium something, disodium guanylate, disodium inosinate, artificial flavor, natural flavors, enzymes. It does not specify what kind of heat it is. It doesn't say jalapeno, habanero, or anything like that. So, or are you in an extract? It doesn't even mention it. It just says cheese flavored corn snack. And doesn't smell hot. Very light, very salty, almost an immediate kick. There's an immediate heat to that. Not as hot as their Reaper ball stub. Wouldn't it be funny if they just repackaged these as these are the Reaper ones and people are just afraid of Reaper, so they just repackage these? These are saltier. There's much more salt to these. Oh, that has a sneaky heat. That sneaks up on you. It goes to the throat. Oh, man, it's like after the second one that kicks in, orange sun. It's savory, it's salty, it's hot. It's really good. Now, that is a good bar snack because it's going to make you want to drink stuff. Um, it's really good for something that doesn't specify what kind of heat it's bringing, but it does bring heat. It's a slow heat. I think I mentioned this in a recent video where I was doing a review. Is one of the things that I noticed is sometimes when I'm doing a review, I might take a couple of bites of something. If it's like a chip or something like that, I might take a couple of bites, and then I go, I wish they could kick up the heat. And then later on, I eat more of them, and it seems like the more you eat, the more that heat builds. So it's kind of like I don't want to have to do a review where I have to eat the whole bag of something to be able to get the experience of that. But at the same time, it seems like some of my reviews might be a little bit short on whatever flavor it is because I haven't eaten enough of them and everything. So it's kind of like this one, like that first one, then the second one, the heat builds, and then the third one, the heat is there. So just kind of like when you're watching my videos, especially if I'm only eating like 1 or 2 bites of something and everything, just keep in mind that that flavor might build afterwards. I'm going to have to maybe be a little bit more tolerant or a little bit more lenient in those reviews when something's supposed to be really, really hot. And I go, yeah, it's not that hot. And then later on, I might eat some more of them and go, no, it is hot. It just takes a while and you have to eat more of that to get there. It's not like if you ever had the Pocky Haunted Ghost Pepper chips. Like Julie and I, when we get together, we'll buy a bag of those Pocky Haunted Ghost Pepper chips, and we'll maybe eat 3 of them and go like, man, I got to put these down. They're like really, really hot. And great question, Eli. I will answer that in 1 second. And so might have 2 or 3 and go like, oh, I guess it's starting to get hot. I need to put that down. And then it might sit there for a couple of minutes, and then we go like, I need some more of these, and we start eating more. So it's kind of addictive, even though it's really, really hot. It's just you just have to eat it slowly. Eat like 2 or 3, wait a little bit, eat 2 or 3 more, wait a little bit, eat 2 or 3 more, and you can go through a whole bag in one sitting. It's just that because of the heat, you can't just keep on like eating out of the bag. But yeah, really, really good. If you have not tried that, I don't know if we ever reviewed that. We should have, but I don't know if we ever did. But if you have not tried that, those of you who like heat, if you don't have a tolerance for capsaicin, if you don't have that tolerance for heat, if you can't handle jalapeno hot or Tabasco hot, then I would advise you don't try these. But if you're kind of a pepperhead, and if you like the really, really hot stuff and everything, then definitely try the Haunted Ghost Peppers, because the chip itself is really good. The tortilla chip underneath that is really good. And they definitely bring the heat. So I would say like give that a shot if you like hot stuff. Haunted Ghost Pepper is like one of my favorite hot chips to eat. So Eli asked a question. He said, Val, what would your perfect last meal be? And that one's easy. Fugu. Fugu is my perfect last meal. And the reason is because I would just say like bring me a platter of fugu. Fugu, if you don't know, is blowfish, and it's usually served sashimi style. So it's like just raw. The thing about blowfish or fugu is that if it's not prepared right, I think the toxin is in the liver, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but the toxin is so powerful. There's no antidote for it, and within 20 minutes you are dead. So it causes paralysis. You just stop breathing, and everything just stops functioning. So within 20 minutes you're dead. So the thing is, I would order a plate of that. Something you've already had. What is your ideal comfort food? Well, comfort food is different, Eli. I'll get to that in a second. And you say something I've already had. I've already had fugu. I've already had fugu. It is a nice taste. And the thing is, even if you have it prepared correctly and you don't, and they don't nick the liver and you don't get the toxin and everything, there's enough toxin that goes through the whole fish that when you're eating that fish, you get like a numbness on your tongue. You can tell that there's this numbness on your tongue that you get from that. I do like fugu, but like I said, if I was sitting on death row and they say a last meal, I'm like, fugu, bring me a bunch of fugu, because it's a win-win situation, right? If I don't die from eating the fugu, at least I had a decent meal of fugu, and if the fugu kills me, I've just shaved some time off that. So that would be my perfect last meal. But when you say something that you already had, what is your ideal comfort food? That's different. My comfort food, and you guys are gonna laugh, There's nothing fancy about this. And then comfort food is different than favorite food too, like favorite thing to eat. So I would say comfort food. My favorite comfort food is hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Now, I can tolerate like a poorly made hot dog, but in general, I don't like poorly made hot dogs. I like kind of a variety in hot dogs, a variety of flavors, a variety of textures, and a variety of toppings on hot dogs. But hot dog is my comfort food. If I was like in the middle of the desert and somebody goes, "Hey, I'm going to bring you something to eat. What do you want?" I'm like, "Bring me a hot dog." That's my comfort food. My favorite food is, I'm going to probably say this incorrectly because my Spanish isn't so great, pascueza de gallina relleno. And what that is stuffed chicken necks. It is something that they make in Colombia. You can get it in Ubate, but I found that lately you can find it a lot more in the Bogota area as well. And they basically take the chicken neck, they cut it off at the base, they take out the bones and the meat, they leave the head on the end, the skull and everything. They stuff it with chicken blood, rice, peas, and chopped up potatoes. They sew the end up and then they roast it like a sausage and they serve it in segments and everything. And that's my favorite food. That's just my favorite thing to eat anywhere. So big difference between last meal, comfort food, and favorite food. There's a big difference there. So there's all three. Cold fried chicken. Like cold fried chicken is really good. Cold lasagna is really good, and cold pizza is really good. Right out of the next day, right out of the refrigerator. Did you hear about those people in Montana that died from eating undercooked morels? No, and that's disturbing because my experience with morels is I was in Pike Place Market in Seattle, and they have a big open air market, and they had morels there, and I'd never seen them before. And I said, "Oh wow!" I said, "Can you eat those raw?" And the woman behind the counter says, "Well, I'm not sure. I've never eaten them raw, but you're willing if you'd like to try a piece, you can." So she cut me off a piece of morel, and I ate it raw, which is definitely undercooked, and I didn't die. So Eli, my question is, did they actually eat morels, or did they eat maybe another variety of morel or something that had some toxin in it? Because like I said, I ate a raw morel and didn't die. So I'm just wondering if maybe they ate something else besides a morel. Like maybe they went foraging. Oh, it looks like we did do Pocky haunted ghost peppers. So thank you, Janice. So I guess I think we were comparing, Julie and I were comparing the hot ones Pringles to the Pocky haunted ghost pepper. So Janice posted a link to the episode. So if you want to see us review the Pocky haunted ghost pepper chips that I love, there it is right there. They ate at a sushi place and 3 or 4 people died. That's odd. Maybe it wasn't morels. Maybe it was moray. Maybe it was a moray eel. All right, we have like 7 minutes left, so we got to get a move on it. We did the paella question. I don't remember if we asked that question and already answered it, or we're going to answer it. The answer is Valencia. We'll move on to another card. And the question is stracciatella gelato features the shavings from a which of food? Again, stracciatella gelato features shaving from which of food? That goes there, and we try a last snack. These are Mexican Tostitos, and these are extra flaming hot Tostitos, but they're Mexican. And I say they're Mexican because the company that I don't know if I say company per se. It's Frito-Lay, but the Mexican branch of Frito-Lay is called Sabritas. So these are Sabritas Tostitos. They're from Mexico. They're extra flaming hot Tostitos. Sabritas itself was a separate company. It was founded in 1943 by Pedro Antonio Marcos Noriega as Golosinas y Productos Selectos in Mexico City. The name is a portmanteau of sabrosas y fritas, Sabritas, which in Spanish means tasty and fried. And the company was purchased in 1966 by PepsiCo, a year after Frito-Lay and Pepsi-Cola merged. So it's all one big happy incestuous family, and these are Mexican Tostitos. That's all you need to know. So we're going to open the bottom, extra hot, extra flaming hot. They smell hot. They look hot. Nice flavor in the chips, though. I'm not crazy about that Flamin' Hot flavor, but it's usually kind of chemical. Now, the thing about Mexican products is they always have these warnings on the top. Someone says exceso calorías, excessive calories, and exceso sodium, excessive sodium. They're honest in their advertising. Those are pretty good. They're tangy. They're not crazy hot. This says extra hot. They're not extra hot. They're not as hot as those red hot cheese balls from Oots. They are pretty good though. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward slightly, but they are pretty good. All right, 12:55. That means we have 5 minutes left. I know some of you want to jump over to see Tom's live stream when he starts live streams in 5 minutes. So we're going to get a move on it. Let's answer the question. Stracciatella gelato features shadings of which food? Janice Yamanak said chocolate. And it's chocolate. What is it? They just, I guess I'll mix the goop. See you on OGs, everyone. All right, Eli, we're going to do that right now. But if you want to jump over there, jump over there. I think Tom starts in 4 minutes. I'll leave it up to you. All right, so let's get this on the road so people can go over and see Tom's live stream. That ought to be enough of that. We got only 3 red hot stuff. That should be okay. I get stuff all over the place. Let's see. Milky Way biscuit. Or as we like to say here in the States, cookies. All right, there's that. What a mess. I need a napkin. All right, we have our Trader Joe's peanut butter crispy rice bites. I don't know how I'm going to break this one up. Let's see. I'm going to shave some off that. I'm making a mess here. I'm getting stuff all over the place. That doesn't want to break up. It's like the Rice Krispie treat from hell. All right, that's it. That's too much work. All right, let's do the Takis. The non-ranch Takis. The cheese balls. This is going to be interesting. The red hot cheese balls. All right, that broke up okay. Put a couple more in there. There we go. And oh my God. I'm going to try to wash my hands off if I can. Only because I don't want to get this all over the Chex mix. What an utter mess. Ice Hand, you just came in at the last minute, but that's okay. We're just getting ready to do gout melange. I got one more thing to put in with some of this Chex mix, and then we're ready to get going. Hey, I got a question for you, or a statement for you, I suppose. I think you were the one that suggested doing the cup noodles, everything bagel cup noodles. I can't find those. I went to Walmart and they said, "Oh, well, you need to go to the website." I went to the website and you can't even buy them off the website anymore. I think it pointed to like a, what did I do with my water? Oh, here it is. I went to the website and the website says, "Oh, here's some other places where you can buy them," and it was like $15 to buy one of those. Oh, Miguel, it was you. Okay. And so it seems to be unavailable. Can't seem to find it anywhere. It was a limited time thing, but you can't seem to find it anywhere. So what I'm going to do is this. I don't know, Miguel, did you put that in the suggestion box? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them, and it won't be the original ones, but it'll be close. I'm going to use cup noodles to do it, but I'm going to make them, and we'll see if we can, we'll see what we can do with that. Where's my spoon? I know I have a spoon here somewhere. I need to be more organized, or I need a bigger desk, one or the other. I can't find my spoon. All right, here we go. Goût mélange, everybody. Goût mélange. That's okay, Isan. So the reason we started early is because we wanted to give people time to go over and watch Tom, old guy in Colorado's live stream, which starts like now. So I will let you guys go in a few minutes to go over there. I would have thought the chocolate in here would take away from that, and also the peanut butter rice thing. It doesn't. You get pockets of heat from the cheese balls, the hot cheese balls. You get pockets of that heat, but everything else kind of tames it a little bit. It's not bad. Again, like normal, I wouldn't necessarily make this, but mixed all together, it's not bad. Thumbs in the middle. He says with his reddish orange fingers. Thumbs in the middle on that. So, again, apologize for anyone where we kind of messed up and did a time and everything. Appreciate you guys coming over here on a Saturday, spending your Saturday with us. And again, a reminder that Tom is going live. He's probably live right now. So after you log off from here, go check out Tom's channel. He's going to be making something interesting, I'm sure, and something fun. If you watch his channel and you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Hell, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. Click the like buttons, all that fun stuff. Janice Yamanaka's channel, she's always doing something new, always doing something fun. Definitely check out her channel. If you all the channels that we recommend, if you go to our main Facebook page and you scroll down to featured channels, they're all under there. Check them out, show them some love, and show everyone some love. We need love. We need more love. So please show everyone some love. But I'm going to remind you all, again, thank you. Hopefully you all have a good Mother's Day tomorrow, those of you who have a reason to celebrate Mother's Day or be celebrated on Mother's Day. So please do so. Have a great rest of your weekend regardless. But just remember, it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.